Good morning, Maya are back. Here's the plan. Gazebo, pool, outside bathroom, lighting, painting, skirting boards. Forgot the word there for a moment. And maybe other things. I'm not sure if the granite guys will be back. I don't know if the glass guys will be back. But there is a lot going on once again on the outside of the house, and that will remain the primary focus for another week. What could possibly go wrong? If you made it to the end of yesterday's video, well, first, thank you very much, appreciate that. But you'll remember that I said we needed more lights at the back of the house. Well, Papa Jesse's on the case. So there's one here, there's going to be one of these a little further along. Spotlights that effectively focus on the swimming pool area. Our rather large jigsaw puzzle of tiles is extending. So it needs to go from here over to the bridge on the opposite side, and then they'll be kind of done except for all of the edges. One of the things they've been sneakily doing when I wasn't looking is a bit more preparation on these doors around the house, so not the upstairs ones, which are effectively fully finished when they come in, but all of the other ones, the ones that have glass, the ones that are solid downstairs, all need a lot of preparation, and they've made a start on that. Here's something we like to see. Can't really hear because of the tile cutting, but Richard is applying Selignum, the anti-termite treatment, to these skirting boards before he takes them upstairs. Again, hopefully we're getting towards 3 coats by the time they're finished. Wall finishing inside the house is again today mostly focused on upstairs. We've got Herwin on this double height ceiling area, a bit more skim coating, and just over there Ernie with his snappy new haircut working on the door frame into Sabrina's bedroom. At the gazebo this morning, a couple of things going on. One is applying more of the red oxide paint for waterproofing. Just wanted to confirm that the steel beams that you see that are not painted, they are galvanized steel, so in theory don't need waterproofing, but where they do need to waterproof, and are right now, is all of the welds. All of those need to be covered up with the waterproofing paint. The other thing that you might be able to make out, I'll go a bit closer, are these vertical pieces of metal. And if you remember from the house build, here, I'm not sure what the name is all over the world, but here they call them carrying channels. So that's what will connect the roof structure to the ceiling. And the ceiling will be a HardiePlex ceiling, given that it'll be a little bit exposed to the elements, so regular plyboard wouldn't cut it. HardiePlex has a much greater resistance to moisture issues. They will also, at some point today, be remeasuring everything again, so that next week the roofing guys can come in and start putting the actual roof material on. As I mentioned before, that will be the same material as was used on the house. No discussion yet about the colour of that roof, but I think it makes sense to probably keep it white, again for the point of heat deflection. Lighter colours will reflect heat, darker colours will absorb. So we probably want this, if it's not white, we want it to be a very light coloured roof. Apart from that, there's still bits of welding going on here and there. They're still putting other things in place. I'm not sure what they're welding right now, but it's probably still the outside edge of the frame. Just preparing the last few bits and pieces before those roofers come in. Once again, this noise is going to be heard all day, I suspect. My brother-in-law, Bodong, cutting grass again. We are waiting for a message we're hoping to get from a local auction house who have suggested that there are times during the year when they get in container loads of lawnmowers, whether that's walking lawnmowers or seating lawnmowers. Trying to see if we can find a second-hand one that is relatively heavy duty, that can deal with rather large areas of grass that we currently have. But I tell you what, if there were ever world competitions for stamina, this fella would be in with a shout. It's 4 o'clock, and as it's Saturday, the guys are out of here. We've skipped ahead, just doing 2 wrap-ups today. There might be a third if I can get our electrician, Bappa Jess, to help me with lighting a little bit later on inside. Before we look around, here's a contribution from me. My dad always said, don't be a gambler. But I'd have $5 on the Dalai Lama if I was a Tibetan man. Let's see what's been going on. Lots of focus again on the gazebo stroke outdoor kitchen stroke party venue. So now, all the way around, we've got the metal carrying channels, which are the vertical bits of metal coming down from the highest trusses and C-purlins, and then we've got the horizontal bars going across as well, the metal fairings or farings as they pronounce it here. So that is what will be used to then attach the metal going across from nearest to us to furthest away, and that will be what the ceiling material, the Hardiflex, is connected to. About half an hour ago, we've had a delivery, and it is the roofing material that they're going to use on the gazebo. So this is the same material that we used over the front door entrance, the gas station canopy. Apparently, the team to fit this will be coming in tomorrow, Sunday. Probably won't film it. We'll see how we go. But also, waiting in the wings, we've got lots of tiles over here in boxes. The engineer thinks that the tiling most likely will start on Tuesday. Our monster tiling jigsaw around the outside of the pool. We're on the home stretch. There has been a change of plan. Up until this afternoon, the message I was getting was that the tiling guys would be in tomorrow, Sunday, and they'd finish. Well, they've changed their minds. They will be coming back on Monday. To be fair, it was brutally hot again today, and it's going to be a long week for them next week, like for everybody else. I think there will be a lot of overtime. So they're going to have tomorrow as a day of rest, come back refreshed on Monday, and actually now they estimate they won't finish it in one more day. They think it's going to take 2 more days to get all of this tiling done and dusted. This is inside the outside bathroom. The forms have been removed from the ceiling, and they've done a little bit more across the top of that window. This is getting quite a bit closer. It's nowhere near finished, obviously, but quite a bit more work has gone on in here today. On the north side of the house, they've continued with prime coat painting. I think they're probably about a third of the way done on this side of the house, although I believe that's still only the first of 2 coats. We have something new upstairs and another decision to make. Ernie has been painting door frames, and he's done it in 2 or 3 colours. I'm not quite sure, I think it's 3. So we've got what I think is an intermediate colour here on Jack's entrance. On the left, we've got a lighter version on Sabrina's bedroom door. And come with me, just down here, we have what I think is the darkest, although the light may be confusing, here on the entrance into George's bedroom. So, I will be told shortly, by my sour, which one I like. In Alex's room, we've got skirting boards. It's not quite finished. We've got all of these done in the main bedroom area, and we've got some of the walk-in closet area done, but not quite all. A little bit more to finish off in here. We saw a day or 2 ago that the skirting boards were done here in Aldrian's room, but I just reminded myself that for some reason we don't yet have any floor covering in his walk-in closet. I'm going to have to ask the engineer. I can't remember why this area hasn't been done yet. That is it for the day. I have asked our electrician, Papa Jess, if he can help me later on with looking at the other bedroom lights. Hopefully he's understood. It can sometimes be a little tricky, but I think we got there. I also know why now that we couldn't show the other bedrooms last night, and it's very simple. We don't yet have things connected through breaker boxes. Everything effectively at the moment is still on one circuit. So if he had tried putting on more lights last night, he was worried that it was going to overload the system. Hopefully tonight we can isolate those bedrooms, or he can isolate those bedrooms, and just stick those lights on for us to have a look. But that's it. The crew is not in tomorrow. They are having a day of rest, except for, as I mentioned before, I believe we'll have the roofing crew, a separate crew, coming in to put that roof on the gazebo. So, day of rest for them, probably for us. We'll be back again on Monday after anything I show you now, you're now with lighting upstairs. See you next time. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm going to go and see if we can try out the upstairs lights, but I could never get bored of this. Stunning colours. Before we go upstairs, this is from the back of the sunroom. So we've got quite a few of the recess lights, plus in that central area another LED strip, just giving it that nice little background highlight. Now this is the patio. So 2 different sets of lights here. We've got these lights up in the recesses, and then the, I don't know what you call them, pin lights, cove lights, along the beam at the front there. So plenty of light out here. Well, while we're still downstairs, we're in the dirty kitchen. Not only do we have lights, and it is pretty bright, but we have a ceiling fan. What I don't know yet is whether I can remotely control these through any kind of smart app. I suspect maybe not, but if they have infrared controllers, then I potentially can. This is just outside the dirty kitchen, and we've got these rather bright little lights here as well. So when we do put a bar here, we can quite happily have plenty of light from both inside and outside the kitchen. This is Alex's room. So we've got, again, these pin lights, cove lights, whatever they're called, plus in the highlight area some LED strip. This is an accent lighting, and again, if required, the fan has a light as well. And we can, of course, at any point add additional table lamps or other lighting if we think we need that. Plus, oh, these have just come on. More of these little recess lights. Well, they're on and off. There we go. They're on. That's everything in this room, with the exception of that ceiling fan. I think that's plenty of light in here. This is Sabrina's room. We are missing a light bulb, or we've got one that's not working properly, but the rest of it, again, it's a combination of these kind of spotlights and LED strips up in the ceiling. Plenty of light in here, plus outside on the balcony, a little bit of light here, certainly enough, particularly if you've got the moon as your assistant. Well, we had a little bit of an issue there. We got an overload, the breaker tripped while we were trying to do another bedroom. So we'll leave it there. That still leaves us with Jack's room and Aldrin's room to have a look at. But they're going to be very similar. They're all slightly different in how the lighting's been done, which is nice. But that's it for today. We'll see whether we come back and do a little bit of filming tomorrow. In the meantime, we've got 4 or 5 guys staying on site tonight, as there usually is, and they've got a bit of karaoke going on. We'll leave them to enjoy that, including Bubba Jess, who's actually a pretty good singer. See you next time.